like Brooke Rollins, the agriculture secretary, going on state regime media, which calls itself Fox. And she's out there bragging how they removed 4.3 million Americans from food stamp programs. And she says, all of this is fraud, that we got rid of 4.3 million fraudsters, to which you could probably ask, all right, so if 4.3 million Americans, you say, were illegally using food stamps, that's your claim. Where are the prosecutions? Where all of these hungry fraudsters, they decided to defraud by trying to basically get a coupon so they can eat a little bit of food. What a fraud racket that they're running. Here's what she says, just attacking the intelligence of the American people. Here, play this clip.
Secretary, you've got some new news to break with us this morning. You know, federal data revealing 4 million fewer Americans are receiving SNAP benefits in the first year of this president's second term. These numbers are coming from your department. Enrollment falling 4.2 million people. And this is after the passage, of course, of the big, beautiful bill last July. What can you tell us?
Well, it is a really big piece of news, and obviously there's a lot going on in the world, but back here and in the homeland, what are we doing to make sure that the president's promise to return the power to the people to drain the swamp is really happening? Under Joe Biden, the SNAP program, the food stamp program, grew by more than 40%. Of course, I believe they were buying votes for the election, putting as many people on as they could. Within the first hour of me being sworn in last February, we sent a letter to every governor in the country saying, partner with us. Let's make sure that this program is really working for those who need it the most. And as of just a couple of days ago, we now have moved 4.3 million Americans off of the food stamp program. A lot of that is fraud. A lot of it is people taking the program that shouldn't have been. And then a lot of it is just a better economy. We've had a wage growth that has outpaced inflation for the first time since.
They're really rolling with that. A better economy. People are thriving right now. This is the golden age. I want to bring in former Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, who's now running for governor of Georgia. It's not a secret, Jeff, that you are a former top Republican leader when you held that lieutenant governor position. You've since switched parties to the Democratic Party, running in the Democratic primary right now for that governorship of Georgia. I want to talk about that race in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about those numbers that I was flashing to you right there, those polling numbers. Then you see what the Trump regime spokespeople are saying, that the economy's doing great. People are doing amazing. This is a golden age, they're saying. What do you say to them, Jeff?
Yeah, that 4+ minutes of polls and information and stories reads like an American horror story. And Donald Trump is exhibit A of what's wrong in this country. In fact, he's really the poster child and the chief spokesman for the argument against him as Democrats. We need to make every single Republican that wants to chase his endorsement to win a primary own it in November, because he is going to be the ultimate drag in an election. Look, this guy can't make a decision that makes sense for anybody but himself.
Oftentimes he can't make a decision at all, and he puts us in these, I call them like 2-week death spiral loops. The healthcare plan,